Now we're going to be multiplying two binomials, and their leading coefficients are 1, so we don't have to worry about multiplying the coefficients. But it's basically you want to take each term of the first binomial. So if you look at the first binomial, you have this term v here, and then you have this -2 here. So you want to take each of these terms, and you want to multiply it to each term in the second binomial. And so I'm going to take this -2 and I'm going to multiply it to each term of that. So if I go through, let me go ahead and erase all this. So let's take a look. If I want to take v times v, right? So I have v times v, and then I'm going to take v times 3. So I have a plus v times 3. Then I'm going to take the second term, which is this -2, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take that, so I have a -2 times v, and I'm going to take my -2 times 3. So now I have 4 terms. I have v squared, I have 3v, I have a -2v, and a -6. So let's go ahead and write all these out. So these are, if I don't have an exponent, I assume it's 1, so I have v squared plus 3v minus 2v minus 6. I'm not quite done yet because I have to combine like terms. So I have 3v minus 2v. That part here just gives me a 1v, right? And I have v squared plus 1v minus 6, or v squared plus v minus 6. And that's my simplified answer. Okay, let's do just one more example. Again, I take each term of the first binomial and I multiply it with each one of the second. So I have x times x, then I have a plus x times a -8, and then the next part is I'm going to take my 2, so I have plus 2 times x plus 2 times a -8, and I have 4 terms now. And I'm going to simplify this to x squared. This is minus 8x plus 2x minus 16. I can combine these two like terms, so I have x squared minus 6x minus 16. And that's my simplified answer. Now sometimes some of you may have heard of this mnemonic called FOIL, and that stands for first. Let me write it slightly differently, so I'll just say FOIL, which is first, inner, outer, last. It's just a special way to remember when you're multiplying a binomial by a binomial, but the concept is the same. It's basically you're distributing each term of the first binomial to each term of the second. So let me go ahead and rewrite what we had in our previous example. It was x plus 2 times x minus 8. So if I take my first, that's this one, so that's my first, so that's x times x, that gives me my first. Then I have to do my outer. So if I look at just this whole expression and I think of my outer, that's my outer. Let me write this down a little bit lower. So I have x times x is my first. Then I have plus x times -8, right? That I said was my outer. And then I have my inner, which is 2 times x. That's my inner. So that's plus 2 times x. And that's my inner. And then I have my last, So I take the last terms of each binomial, which is my last. So I have 2 plus 2 times negative 8. And I come up with the same answer. It's just a way to remember. So sometimes you might hear people talk about foiling something. That's what they mean. So we still get minus 8x plus 2x minus 16. So it becomes 8x squared minus 6x minus 16. So we come up with the same answer. This is just a way to remember, but it's no different from just taking each term in the first binomial and you multiply it with each term of the second binomial.